The Parc des Princes, a cauldron of noise and expectation, played host to a final for the ages. Spain and France, two titans of European football, locked horns in a battle for Olympic supremacy. The prize, a coveted gold medal and bragging rights as the best in the world. The atmosphere crackled with anticipation, a palpable tension hanging in the air as the players prepared for the biggest match of their young careers. The roar of the crowd, a deafening symphony of French hopes and dreams, reverberated around the stadium as the match kicked off. The weight of a nation rested on the shoulders of Les Bleus, the home team, desperate to secure gold on their own turf. Spain, on the other hand, carried the legacy of a footballing nation, eager to etch their names in the history books. From the first whistle, the intensity was palpable. Both teams, fueled by ambition and national pride, fought for every inch of the pitch. The pace was relentless, a whirlwind of flashing boots and crunching tackles. It was a tactical chess match, each team probing for weaknesses, searching for that one moment of brilliance that could decide the fate of the game. As the minutes ticked by, the tension continued to mount. The crowd, a sea of blue, white and red, roared their approval with every French attack, their hearts pounding in unison. The Spanish fans, a smaller but equally passionate contingent, responded with chants of España, España, their voices echoing around the stadium. It was a night where football transcended borders, uniting fans in their shared love for the beautiful game. The early exchanges were cagey, both teams acutely aware of the high stakes. France, roared on by their home support, started brightly, their attacking intent clear from the outset. Kylian Mbappé, the poster boy of French football, was a constant threat, his blistering pace causing all sorts of problems for the Spanish defense. In the 17th minute, the breakthrough came for Les Bleus. A swift counterattack, initiated by a pinpoint pass from Eduardo Camavinga, found Enzo Milot in space on the edge of the box. The young midfielder, with composure that belied his years, coolly slotted the ball past the outstretched hand of the Spanish goalkeeper, sending the home crowd into raptures. The stadium erupted in a cacophony of noise, the French fans celebrating as if they had already won the tournament. The goal, a sucker punch that momentarily stunned the Spanish side, injected a surge of adrenaline into the match. The atmosphere, already electric, reached fever pitch, the crowd a sea of waving flags and jubilant faces. The goal seemed to spark Spain into life. Stung by the early setback, they began to assert their authority on the game. Their passing, crisp and precise, stretched the French defense, creating space for their dangerous attackers. The Spanish midfield, a blend of experience and youthful exuberance, started to dictate the tempo, their intricate passing and movement proving too much for the French to handle. Spain, renowned for their possession-based style of play, began to dominate possession, their intricate passing and movement proving too much for the French to handle. The midfield trio of Pedri, Gavi and Thiago Alcantara orchestrated the play with their trademark tiki-taka style, pulling the French players out of position and creating space for their forwards. The equalizer, when it came, was a thing of beauty. A flowing move, started deep in their own half, saw Spain carve open the French defense with surgical precision. A perfectly weighted through ball from Pedri found Fermin Lopez in space on the left-hand side of the penalty area. The young winger, with ice in his veins, took a touch to steady himself before unleashing an unstoppable shot that flew past the French goalkeeper and into the back of the net. The goal, a fitting reward for Spain's dominance, shifted the momentum of the match. The Spanish players, buoyed by their equalizer, grew in confidence with every passing minute. Their passing became crisper, their movement more fluid, their attacks more potent. France, on the other hand, seemed rattled, their early confidence replaced by a sense of anxiety. The comeback was complete just before halftime. Another sweeping move, again orchestrated by the brilliant Pedri, saw Spain slice through the French defense like a hot knife through butter. This time it was Lopez again who applied the finishing touch, slotting the ball home from close range after a perfectly executed cutback from the byline. Spain, deservedly, went into the break with a 2-1 lead. Section 4, Extra Time Drama, Heroes and Heartbreak. Section 5, A Legacy Forged in Gold.